morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm Kinyatta Gray. So I'm going to give it a few minutes to see if we have any people that are going to join us this morning. I'm looking forward to spending the day with you all. Good morning. I know that some of you may be joining, going to church or just now getting out of church. So I'll definitely give you a few minutes to join in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I am Kinyatta Gray. Good morning, Danielle. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds to see if we get some others to join in with us this morning before I get started. Are you from the DC area, Danielle? Hello. Hi, John. Okay, thank you, Danielle. It is a lovely day in the neighborhood. DC is just beautiful today. Oh, you're in the Philly area. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's give it a few more minutes to see who else chimes in today, this morning. I know it's early, but I wanted to definitely get started early because we're going to have the whole entire day together. Oh, nice. Nice. So I am so excited about today. This is going to be fun. This is my second time actually using Instagram Live. I used it for the first time last week when I did my beach towel launch. So that was exciting. I thank you all so much for joining in on time. Oh, thank you. You know, I had to make sure I look nice today, you know. Hello. Heavy coaching. So I'm still giving it a few more minutes to see if we'll have any others join in this morning. I'm fine, thank you. So I will be chiming in several times throughout the day to go over, you know, just to kind of give you a glimpse into my life. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get started because we're right at the 9:04 hour and I don't want to make you all wait any longer. And I really appreciate you for joining in at 9 a.m. So again, I will be joining in at other intervals throughout the day. So if anyone didn't catch me at 9, I'll definitely chime in again a little later. So let's get started. So I am Kinyatta Gray, and so I will be spending most of the day with you all today, up until about 5 p.m. today. And so since it's Sunday, I'm actually going to give you a glimpse into my personal life as well as business. Absolutely. So, it's Sunday, right? I don't do just work all through, Sunday. I have a personal life, and I plan to share a little bit of, with that, a little bit of my personal life with you as well. So thank you so much. And so first, I want to thank Women for the Culture for allowing me this opportunity to share my day with their followers, and not only their followers, some of my followers that may also join in throughout the day, as well as Montage PR. So if this is your first time ever setting eyes on me, I am the CEO of a company called FlightsInStilettos that I launched in 2018. And not only that, I'm an author of 3 books, and I actually helped to co-author 1 book, all released between 2019 and 2020. And so a little later on in the day, I'll also share with you information about those books as well. But I'm most known for creating the Glam Girl beach towels. And so I had a beach towel launch, I think it was last week, where I showed off the 2020 Glam Girl beach towel collection. And so if you didn't make that or attend that particular IG event, then I will also have an opportunity to show you those beach towels later on in the day. So my beach towels and being an author are like my claim to fame. So here's what you can expect from me throughout the day. Wednesday, I celebrated my 3rd year wedding anniversary, right? And so today, after, this introduction with you all, me and my spouse, Julie, will get ready to go down to Sequoia's on the waterfront. And so I don't know about you, but the last time we've been to a restaurant was in March. And so this is going to be our first time, and we're taking our chances going to a restaurant. We're going to have our masks and things of that nature. But we wanted to do something that just felt somewhat normal to celebrate our anniversary. So if you're familiar with the DC area, Sequoia is a really nice brunch spot. And it's right on the DC waterfront. And so we got reservations. We got the instructions that we need to wear our masks. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing today. That's a personal thing, something that I'm willing to share with you, maybe some of the conversations that we'll have, things of that nature. As we go throughout the day, I'm going to take you next on an emotional journey. Again, since today is Sunday, normally I would go to visit my mom at her resting spot. And so that is a very personal, but it's a very important thing that I do. It's something that actually helps to keep me centered, focused, aligned, and it helps me to feel connected. And so that is something that I would not normally share, but today I'm being totally transparent. I don't know who's going to be joining us today that's experiencing some things, and maybe by, me showing how I, deal with the loss of my mom. And my mom recently passed away unexpectedly in 2018, but that's a vulnerable side. It's a real side, and I'm about being real. So I would definitely share that experience with you as well today. And then after that, next I'll come back to my office, and then we'll chop it up a little bit more about some business. That's when I'll get into a little bit more detail about my 3 books and my 1 co-author book, and answer any questions that you may have about that. And not only have I written 3 books and 1 co-author book, I also recently released an ebook called So You Want to Be an Author, telling you how I did what I did to become the author. So it's a free download, and I'll tell you about that as well. And then the last thing that I'll do today, and that I'll invite you to be a part of via IG, is that I'm going to put on my swimsuit And, I'm a woman of age, so, it ain't gonna be no whole lot of fancy flashiness. I wear cover-ups and everything, but I make it sexy. But I'll chill out by chill out by my hot tub. I'll make the water a little cool, and I'll show you some of my beach towels again. And so that's usually how I spend my Sundays. It's more about family, a little bit of business. I do have some orders that have come in that I need to process for Flights and Stilettos. So those are the kind of things that I'll do a little later on that I won't necessarily share that with you, because that's just not the most interesting thing. So while I have your attention right now, a lot of people have always wanted to know, okay, well, where do you work? Do you have like a warehouse? Do you have a headquarters and things of that nature? So I'll be perfectly honest with you. I work outside of my home office. My son, my oldest son, graduated college. He moved out. And if there's anyone on here that's an empty nester, what do you do when your children move out? You repurpose their bedrooms and do something that you've always wanted to do. And so I have turned my son's office into my ultra girly office. So as you can see, like, I have my Flights and Stilettos branding board right behind me. So whenever he comes to visit, he is just like too through at how I overhauled everything. So I'll kind of give you a glimpse of what my office looks like in just a minute. And so a lot of people always want to know, how did you get started with Flights and Stilettos? What in the world is Flights and Stilettos? So Flights and Stilettos is literally a figment of my imagination. The words Flights and Stilettos is something that came to me when I needed to create an account when I, started participating in a travel club. And so I needed to create like a IG, not an IG, but an ID name, and then obviously like a password. So my ID name was Flights and Stilettos. And the reason why I named it Flights and Stilettos is because I had recently come off of a trip, and that's what I did. I wore high heels, stilettos through the airport, and I was going on an international trip. So, you got to go through customs and all that stuff. And so it was just, an experience, because people were always asking me. They were like, oh, I can't believe you wearing high heels, or how you wearing them high heels, girl? But I did it and I felt comfortable. I had on some comfortable high heels, but it's just part of who I am. I am that person that has been known since high school to wear stilettos. And so when I created the account name, it just was just something fun and cute and catchy. But for some reason, one of my friends asked me, well, what did you sign up as? What is your account name? And I said, Flights and Stilettos. And she was like, oh my God, that is so cute and catchy. You need to make t-shirts. So I'm saying all of this to say that Flights and Stilettos, I did not grow up wanting to be an entrepreneur. I never had ambitions to be an entrepreneur. I never even had ambitions to be an author, but I'll get more into that later. I stumbled across Flights and Stilettos. So Flights and Stilettos initially started out as a travel blog. So once my friend said, oh, that's cute and catchy, and I was like, oh yeah, that is cute and catchy. And so I started a travel blog. And so the travel blog was it was meant to document travel experiences of what I would consider glamorous travelers. So kind of think about those trips that you see on any of the Housewives franchises where they get all dolled up, glammed up, just dressed to the nines, and they go to Italy and Japan and all those places, and they just look good. They bringing it. So my blog was meant to kind of like showcase and highlight glamorous travel activities. And then one thing led to another. And I was like, started thinking about those t-shirts that my girlfriend said that I should do. So I said, okay, let me do some t-shirts. So for about a good year, so remember I launched in 2018. For a good year, I was still trying to figure out, okay, what exactly are the products that I'm going to offer? So I have ordered all of these different kinds of travel inspired products, travel keychains, travel luggage tags. I mean, you name it. I was just buying all these different types of things that I thought were travel inspired accessories that one might purchase. And so I went through that process for a while, and it took me a while to really figure out, well, what is it that I want to be known for? What is it? And I didn't want to keep procuring already made products. I wanted to actually have a product that was my own product, something with my own branding, something that I own, something that if you tried to copy it, then that's infringement, right? And so it wasn't until I was actually ready to take another trip again and started to think about everything. And I'm that girl that thinks about every detail down to the beach towel, right? Honestly, probably for a lot of people, the beach towel is the last thing you think about, right? For me, it was like top 3 because I wanted my beach towel to actually match like the energy that I was going to be serving, like how I was going to be looking cute and everything. So I went on this, search for beach towels. And to be fair, you don't really see a lot of beach towel with images, period, whether they're images representing us or anything else. A lot of times, and you can look in your own closet and look at your beach towel and then look at beach towels at the resort. They're normally just plain, or they'll have animals or shapes and colors and things like that. You don't see images. And so I was like, well, but I want a beach towel that has an image of a woman that's stylish and sophisticated and classy, that someone will be proud of. I didn't want a stereotypical, how we are portrayed in stereotypical images. I wanted something that was real, right? Something that represented what I see in my culture and in my community, right? And something that if you don't see it in your culture and your community, you would be intrigued by it and possibly love it. And so that's how I kind of came up with the idea to start creating the Glam Girl beach towels. And so before I actually turn the camera, just to give you a quick little thank you, Heavy Coaching. And so before I actually turn the camera around and give you a little teeny tour, and trust me, it's a little teeny tour. Like, I'm putting it out in the universe that one day I will have like a warehouse and, racks lined up with product or whatever. But right now, like I said, the one thing that I narrowed it down to wanting my legacy to be that I was the person that created these amazing beach towels that represent us in style and sophistication. And then, of course, my journey as an author. And so if you are a new entrepreneur or someone that is just starting out, I'll give you what I did, once I decided that, oh, wow, wait a minute, I might have something here with the Flights and Stilettos, because again, like I said, it was just supposed to be a blog that just evolved and evolved and evolved over time. So as soon as I decided that I was going to make Flights and Stilettos a business, the very first thing that I did was created a logo. All right. The second thing I did when I decided I was going to really use Flights and Stilettos was I secured my domain name, and I went on all social media accounts and secured, and set up accounts with Flights and Stilettos. So across the board, my website, Instagram, Twitter, even LinkedIn, everything is Flights and Stilettos. So if you Google Flights and Stilettos, you're only going to see stuff about me, okay? After I secured all of that, around the same time, I also decided to go ahead and work with my accountant and file for the business entity, the LLC. That came through. And then after that, I launched my website. And then after I launched my website, I then hired an attorney and filed for my trademark for Flights in Stilettos. Okay, so Flights in Stilettos is actually a registered trademark. And you know what that means, that if anyone uses Flights in Stilettos without my permission on any of their, excuse me, apparel, beach towels, t-shirt, whatever, umbrellas, is definitely considered infringement. And so those will be some of my first tips for anyone that is new and is thinking about launching their own business. So right now I'm going to turn the camera around and give you like a little sneak peek into my office. And normally I don't share my office with anyone, but because I'm doing this for Women for the Culture, I decided that I would be a little more open and transparent. So bear with me as I turn the camera around. Okay. So this is a sneak peek. I like to call it Flights and Stilettos headquarters. So here, this is actually this beach cover up. If you can see it, it's called a sequin beach cover up. It's something that I wore on one of my first photo shoots. If you see right here, there's an airplane. Of course, you know, all things travel. And then this is kind of like the inventory for my beach towels. And there is my favorite packaging that everyone always talks about. I like to keep everything very organized, streamlined, so I know where everything is at all times. As you can see, the Serenity beach towels are selling like hotcakes, almost gone. So get yours if you want one. These are some other towels, and then some more organizational, some other products down here. These 10 bags, I will talk about these later, but I posted something about a domestic violence giveaway, and these are the actual super overstuffed bags that I will talk about a little later. And all of those bags actually include a Glam Girl beach towel. So turning around a little bit, that's my desk and, you know, all of my stuff and my books. I keep everything, you know, right there behind me. And if you participated in the, or if you've seen any of my flyers, this is like one of my favorite pieces. It's a deluxe fancy super beach cover up. Might look crazy on the little mannequin, but it's awesome. And then my custom luggage that I always talk about. And whenever I go out to do any presentations or anything like that, I always take my twin right here because people enjoy taking pictures of it. So again, you know, nice, airy. That's my mom. So this is essentially, I have an extra chair right here for when people come and visit me. So that's essentially, you know, my workspace for Flights and Stilettos. That's where all the magic goes down for Flights and Stilettos. So at this time, I am going to sign off and then get ready to go to brunch. And then I will log back on and hopefully I'll see some more wonderful faces. And I will engage in a conversation with my spouse, Julie, about business, relationships, you know, and hopefully I will see some of you again soon. All right. If you have any questions that I have not answered that you posted, please feel free to send a DM and I will get to any of your questions as soon as possible. All right. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in a few more hours. All right. Have a good day.